because I'm like, I'm not doing the overseas. I'll get married here, then I'll move over. So I moved over to New Zealand, and it was awesome. We had Ngātana, a lot. Ngātana is awesome. So it was a great few years, but then we got to a point where we had felt a stirring in our spirit. We could have stayed, it kind of got to a point where we thought it could have gone the road nearly like presented two paths. God had presented two paths for us. We could either stay where we were in New Zealand and God would continue to breathe and move on that. We were part of church over there. It was awesome. We were youth pastors, loving youth. I mean, the stories, the things we could do back then, the games at youth we could do back then. Can't do these days, but anyway, it was so much fun. And we had a toddler, so I'd bring him to youth on Friday night, and then someone would take him, and by the end of Friday night, I'm like, who has the child? I need to take him home. But we were loving life, and we felt like God was presenting an option to either stay, or if you want to, I'm going to open a door, but giving us the choice to do that. And we really felt like God was like, go have this opportunity. So we decided to take that step, and we, as we were leaving, we didn't know where we were going. We just knew God was opening the door for us. So we took a step of faith, and on our last Sunday in our church in New Zealand, we had this beautiful lady called, I thought it was Nana Joy, but I got corrected. It was Irene, Auntie Irene. And she was in our prayer team, super prophetic. Those great prophetic people have a beautiful gift on their life, but sometimes it's so specific, you're like, it just can't be. Thank you for that word. We'll just put it in the back pocket. If it happens, it happens. If not, she gave us a prophetic word, and it was very specific, and it was basically like, you will know the place that God has for you when you go to a church, and you're going to be at this church, and somebody's going to come up to Machu in this specific coloured shirt. He'll be wearing this specific colour, and he will have a job for Machu, but not only a job, he will also have a place, a house for your family to stay in. I was like so specific. I'm like, wow, okay, that'd be amazing. But you know how you just like, there's no way. But you still kind of have faith in God, so we'll see. So we say goodbye to all our family and friends in New Zealand, and we head over, and we ended up going to WA because my family were there. We hadn't seen them for a while. So we thought we'll stop there first. I'd never been to WA, been everywhere else in Australia except Western Australia. This side of Australia, basically. Australia's so huge. Yeah. Anyway, that first flight, I was like, wow, it's still going 5 hours later. We are in Western Australia with my family. We're hanging out there. We went along to the church that they were all a part of over there. And after church, in their Connect Lounge, a guy in that coloured shirt comes up to Much and is like, hey, you looking for a job? Also, I have a house that it's just not selling at the moment, so if you're needing a house, and so it was like, okay, God, we are listening, we are here. And so we were in Mandurah in Western Australia. Wow. Let me tell you, for the first 2 years, I was like, you really called us to Mandurah, Lord? I did not enjoy it. I was like, the shops when I first got there on a Sunday were closed. In New Zealand, in the top north of New Zealand, it was open on a Sunday. I'm like, but I'd come to Western Australia and it's shut? Like, what is going on? After church, trying to, you go get chicken and buns for lunch, but I couldn't even go do that because the shops are closed. I'm like, where have you brought us, Lord? But we clearly knew God had opened this door, right? So for about the first 2 years, I'm like, why are we here? Why are we here? And then we were a part of a church there in Mandurah called Christian Life Centre. And then that church, as we were joining that church, getting a part of that church transitioned and became Kingdom City Mandurah. And we had never heard of Kingdom City before. We were just faithful to take that step, and God brought us into the Kingdom City family, and so the rest is history. So we have been a part of Kingdom City for, I know this because my youngest daughter, I had her, the month later we became Kingdom City Mandurah, so she just turned 11. So we've been a part of Kingdom City for 11 years, and God has blessed us in every way. He opened the door, but He